Come on in. How you doing? Congrats.
Thank you.
Joining us from Xavier, head coach Billy Chambers, student athletes Aizhanique, Mayo, and Meri, Kanerva. We'll begin with an opening statement from Coach, followed by questions for the student athletes.
Yeah.
Coach?
Before we obviously even talk about the game, I just want to obviously send well wishes to Doug Bruno and just talk about how incredible of a job that Jill did taking over with such a difficult time of trying to pull that team together. She did an incredible job with them. Obviously, I'm incredibly proud of our group and the poise and confidence that they came out with, not having a lot of experience in this moment, but just playing with a sense of joy and a sense of passion and just wanting to get it done for each other. And then the composure that they kept, obviously giving up a big lead and allowing them to come back and riding it out and finishing it. I'm just super proud of this group, and I'm excited for them to have the opportunity to take that win there.
Questions for the student athletes? We'll go to John in the second row.
John Fanta from Fox Sports. Aizhanique, Meri, I'll start with you, Aizhanique. How did you two feed off each other to have this kind of day? And did you know when you woke up this morning it was going to be this type of day?
I mean, it felt like a great feeling, at least waking up this morning and going to shoot around and being active this morning. But as far as piggybacking off of each other, I mean, it feels great. Like, this is what we wanted in order for us to get our Big East win in a Big East tournament.
Meri, what about you?
I would say, like, I feel like we all knew that we have something to show, and we came up strong and showed that we can win games too. And I feel like Nick already said, like, it's March, so it's time to play.
I guess along those lines, just a quick follow-up, you, Aizhanique. It's March. Coach told us yesterday, 0-0 heading into this week. You make a statement here today. Your offense breaks out. Tomorrow you're going to meet a team that just a week ago, less than a week ago, you played right down to the wire in a game that you could have been on the winning side of. What's the belief level with this team right now? What's possible for this Xavier team?
I mean, anything is possible. Like, we have nothing to prove. Like, we want to go out and make it far, shock everybody. Like, our thing that we say with Coach Chambers is mind on March, and that's where it's March time came from. So we're going to go out and shock everybody.
Questions for the student athletes? Go ahead.
I'm sorry, but when you win a conference tournament game first time in a decade, you're not leaving after two questions here. Meri, tell me about this team. What is about the culture of this group that's allowed this group to stay together? Because there's a lot of teams that could have just let the season end. You're thinking about the Bahamas or whatever. You showed up here, you played hard, you won this game. What is it about this team?
I would say, like, we believe in each other, we stay together, and I don't know, it's just like, it's not been the best season. So everybody's like, we gotta go and show. And like, we believe in each other, and we wanna like, believe in us and go out there and stay together and like, come out strong.
Any other questions for the student athletes?
Megan Caffrey, Big East. Meri, I'll piggyback off of what you said a little bit, and Aizhanique, you can chime in here as well, but in saying that we want to show what Xavier basketball is, that we have something to show. What is it? What is Xavier basketball playing at your best?
I would say playing together, showing like passion, and just sharing the ball, playing, like, I don't know, yeah, like staying together and showing that we can play really well and like offensively and defensively be really aggressive.
Yeah, I'll piggyback off that, especially on a defensive end. Like, we're a defensive program, and that's what we want to come out and be good at every game. So, yeah.
And my final one, Aizhanique, was there any talk coming into this weekend of what you could do? I mean, John mentioned it too. It's been a decade since this has happened. So was that in the back of your mind a little bit? Did you guys have conversations, or was it just, hey, we're just going to come in and play some basketball?
It was just come in and play basketball.
Ladies, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Questions for Coach? Megan, go ahead.
Coach, I'll bring that same question to you a little bit, right? With the significance of this win and just how big of a deal it is for your program, taking that next step forward. What does it mean to you to be the coach that earned this win with your team, with this specific team?
Sure, it's obviously huge for our coaching staff. We believe in this group. We understand the process. We know that it's early in the process. So you get close so many times and you feel it every single time and you know they're feeling it. But like Meri said, they do a really good job of continuing to believe in each other and find the positive moments and find the wins in every single game. So for us to have the opportunity to come in and get it done, they're not even thinking about 10 years to the day. They had no idea until we talked about it just before we came in. But, it's huge for our growth, for kind of a reminder of, even though we didn't quite get it done the way we wanted to get it done this season, we're still on the right path. And we're still building something pretty special. So I'm super proud of, how hard they worked to bring this one home.
Questions for Coach? Go to John on the left.
Coach, when a freshman and a sophomore are the ones who are combining for 55 points in a conference tournament game, or on a team that finished in the top 6 in this league, that's an eye-opener in a lot of ways because they were made for the moment. What did you see with these two and how Meri and Aizhanique sort of played off one another, allowed each other to benefit?
Sure. So it was awesome to watch. And you could see Nique, obviously, we've had so many conversations throughout the year of her up and down play and her frustration with her up and down play. Obviously, coming out of the gate strong last year when she was cleared to go, she was looking for so much more for herself and had so higher expectations. But she stayed the course, and you could see it slowing down for her a little bit, right? You start to get guarded a little bit differently as a sophomore when they know who you are, and she was still so rushed in so many moments throughout the season, and she just let it come to her. And you saw those two so many times having conversations of how to control it, what to do, what reads to make off the ball screen. So it was really special to see those two come together, such a young duo, taking us to that win. It's really awesome to watch them grow up right before your eyes.
What did you do against Seton Hall less than a week ago that must translate tomorrow night?
I thought we defended really well. I thought we disrupted them. We're a team, like they said, that wants to disrupt for 40 minutes. So we want to throw different presses at you. We want to send you to your second, third, fourth option. We want to deny your best players. We want to take you out of rhythm. And we want to take charges. And the first time around at their place, I think we took 7 charges, which are most in the game for the year. And you could see them kind of pulling up early at our place, not getting all the way to the rim because they wanted to avoid the charge. So make them take tough contested twos. So we did a great job of that at home. And I think it built a lot of confidence. Obviously, goes without saying, Jada Eads was not playing in that game, and she's a really tough matchup. So I'm assuming she'll be back and ready to go. For tomorrow, we're gonna have to be even more locked in on making sure we take away option 1, 2, and 3. But this is a defensive-minded group, and they want to disrupt, and they know they're coming. No pressure on, just go and spoil everything.
It's a spot in the conference tournament semifinals on the line tomorrow night. This is a step, but the way that we talked yesterday, you said to our group, you didn't think about just winning one Big East game this season. The goals were higher, and when people see Xavier women's basketball, they see some tradition. They see some banners, albeit in a different league. Things have changed, but it begs the question of, okay, what's possible at Xavier? I know you have a large goal list of things that you still want to accomplish, but if there's something we're saying on national TV tomorrow night when your program's on that stage in the quarters, what do you see as the vision of Xavier women's basketball?
Sure. I think there's something so special about a team that just never gives up. And I think we've seen it so many times in games this year where it just hasn't gone our way. Things haven't gone right. We've turned the ball over way too much. We've given the other team way too many possessions. We've really made it really hard for ourselves to win basketball games. But you see them. You see the energy. You could see it all week as we were preparing. They bought into the idea of 0-0, come in and just take all the good with you and throw away all the bad. And they've truly committed to that. coming into today. So you could feel the energy, you could feel the bounce going into it, but there's something just truly special about a team that never stops fighting, and that's who we want to be. A defensive-minded team, you never quit, you play from buzzer to buzzer to get after it, and this coaching staff is here to build. We knew we took on a really tough lift, and we're here for every single moment of it, the good, the bad, the hard, and we're excited to take this program back to national prominence.
We'll go back to Megan for the final question.
Billy, just to follow up on that, when you say take all the good with you and throw away the bad, from today's game, what's the good you're going to take with you going into tomorrow?
I think the biggest good that you can take is the composure when we let the lead slip away. For such a young group, you can get rattled. You can start to see the eyes look at you like, what are we doing here? And you could see in those moments, some of them take over and settle the team down before we even said a word as coaches. So that composure is going to be really important for us. Seton Hall is a very tough team, a very well-coached team, and we have to stay composed for 40 minutes if we want to get one more.
Coach, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.